Hello, welcome in. Welcome back to another pop-up writing stream, I suppose. I'm here with another first draft. I'm about halfway through chapter 1. I'd like to do some writing sprints to really get a grip of what's happening with the story. It's a paranormal romantic comedy, and I'm hoping to have a lot of fun with it. If you have anything you want to work on, or you'd like to chill out, or just listen to some lo-fi in the background, feel free. Lurkers also welcome. I'll say a quick hello in the chat. Let's have a look. There we go. Hello, I'm Adara to anyone who is new here. My YA paranormal romance and sci-fi fusion novel debut, Drawing Red, came out last year. No, was it last year? It was. Where has the time gone? Wonderful. This is a new series. I currently have the sequel to Drawing Red sitting in a drawer somewhere, but that will be dug out in a few days, I say. Hello, welcome to the stream, Marilyn. Glad that you're here. I'm just checking. There we go. Pull that up so I can see that a bit better. Just so I can see chat. This will probably go through regular sprints setups, as people know. I will start off with about a 15-minute writing sprint, and then I'll boost it up to 25. This is an interesting goal, this novel. This paranormal romantic comedy, mainly because I'm writing it in first person. I have never written anything in first person before, so a lot of I's instead of they's or you's. And each chapter I then have to hop into the mind of the half of the main pair, which should be quite fun. Since I last live streamed, I have updated this model with wing ears, feathers, to make it look a lot more like my original concept. And I think they work well. Let me know what you think. I think they're quite fabulous myself. Especially then you get the full kind of whatever creature thing I am effect when the wings come out, which are quite lovely. I still don't know what I'm meant to be, but I don't care. It's a nod to flight, and I like flight. Let's tuck those back in. There we go. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to hop into a 15-minute writing sprint. If you want to say what you're working on today or what you're doing this afternoon, do let me know. And hello to any time travellers who are watching this VOD after the fact. You are always welcome as well. Let's hop into a sprint. I'm thinking, do we want to be in my office to work? You will get to see a little glimpse of what I'm working on. It's slightly blurred, but I don't think that matters much. We have, so, my office. Oh, thank you, saying looking good. We have the library bookshelf, the blue library, or this little kind of cozy, rainy nook. What are we feeling? What's our background for today? Or at least for the first part. Votes in chat. I need to work out how to set an actual poll. That could be useful. There's always so many skills to learn. Okay. No real suggestions, so... Oh, blue library. I think blue library looks good as well. Kind of works with the ears. Cool. Blue library it is. Okay, 15-minute timer is set. I am going to go on mute. I may or may not still be typing in chat as I go. Oh, that command hasn't prompted anything. Normally it does. That's Odd. Oh, there we go. Just a little bit of a delay there. But we got there in the end. Yes, I will be on mute during writing sprints. They are for attempting to concentrate and get work done. We'll see whether that happens. Sometimes it's hit or miss, depending on life and whatever else is happening. Okay. Let's get going. In 3, 2, 1, and sprint. Did that? Oh, there we go. Hello. Okay, you may have noticed I've changed form. The time is up. I did get some writing done. I'd say roughly about 200 words or so. Unfortunately, it is too hot for me to be maintaining my live VTuber model. So I have had to switch over to this little PNG tuber, which takes a lot less computer stress to process. My laptop, it is extraordinarily hot, hotter than I would like, and I do have a fan, kind of an external fan now pointed at it to see if we can keep it going. I'm gonna have to, there we go, kind of raise the sound of that to see if I can keep this cool, to keep this live stream going. If this live stream does crash, it is because things have overheated. Although the temperatures in the UK have gone down a bit, they are still extraordinarily hot because our buildings are ridiculously hot, especially on upper floors. That's something I really need to get to grips with. Thankfully, I do have this cute little PNG tuber, which does fit writing. It is a disappointment. I do like my model. I need to examine how I can be attempting to keep this system cooler where I can. There's clearly something that's not working with this setup, and I need to figure out what it is. It could just be the fact that it's so hot. It could be that the laptop is old. Yeah, but when you get everything up and running, it does get considerably warmer. I wonder if I ought to introduce a second fan. That might work. We'll see. I'm going to attempt to do one more sprint. Instead of boosting it to 25 minutes, I will keep it to 15, just to monitor the situation and to monitor how my laptop is coping. It is still quite warm. Even touching it, I can't keep my fingers there for very long. Yeah, Meryl says the heat where she lives is very hot. It is, unfortunately. And now I've had to... Another thing I'm now dealing with is... my fan was originally pointed towards a phone, which I use almost like a camera to get my live model moving. And I kind of had it pointed at the phone, but also at me. Now it's no longer pointed at me. It's the opposite way. So it's pointed towards, like, the laptop. Mr. Bad with Names is saying roasting in Ireland too. We are not cut out for summer. We really aren't. So I've turned the fan around. I am heat intolerant. We'll try another 15-minute sprint and see how we go. I have a hydration drink with some electrolytes and salts. I'm hoping that can be enough. And we'll see if we can adjust to this heat. So this little chibi character will have to do for now, unfortunately. For people who are just joining, if you want to see the full live VTuber model, you're going to have to go backwards in the stream or in the VOD to see that, but it is too hot for my system to cope with running that at the moment. Yeah, I think I need double fans going on, at the very least, for this setup. But we make do. I didn't commission this little chibi character for nothing. And let's reset this timer for another 15-minute sprint. I'm currently working on a paranormal romantic comedy. It's my first time writing one of those. My last novel was a YA paranormal romance and sci-fi novel. The sequel to that is currently stuck in a drawer. I will be bringing that out maybe next week for revisions. Yeah, let's get back onto writing. It's a first draft. It's the first time I've written kind of in first person, with a lot of I's instead of these or U's. There's a lot of head hopping, which is interesting, especially with kind of this style of writing. And I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun, because with it being actual comedy, I don't have to rein myself in. I can make it as stupid as I want. And I'm looking forward to that. I've actually, if anyone's interested, I have a list, which I've got here on a piece of paper, which is the elements of comedy, which is a list of things that supposedly make a good joke. And the more of these things you have in this joke, the more likely it will land. I'm going to run through it. Cuteness, often involving animals or children. Naughtiness, mildly taboo or mischievous behaviour. Bizarre, something unexpected or absurd. Clever, wordplay, irony or intellectual twists. Recognisable, relatable situations or characters. Cruelty, someone getting hurt or embarrassed, often in a slapstick or exaggerated way. That last one, I know that a lot of comedians these days try to make it about themselves to get around a lot of issues. I thought that list was impressive. I got it from one of Brandon Sanderson's free lectures where he invited a guest on, a comedian. And I've literally got it on a piece of paper as my guide. We will see how this turns out. Okay, let's get on with the second sprint. I'm going to go on mute now. In 3, 2, 1, and sprint. And that's time. How did everybody get on? Let's see. Project, targets. Okay, I've wrote 448 words so far. I suppose this culminated half an hour across the two 15-minute sprints, which isn't bad, considering it's been a while since I touched the story. Well, and even then I was only halfway through the first chapter. I think it's going well. The chapter's doing what I need it to do. Hopefully with enough characterization going on. I think at this point it's all about the attitude of the characters, and I can go back and fill in little descriptions and things later. Thank you in the comments. I had a goal for 750 words today. I think I am going to reset the timer at 25 minutes, and we'll see if in that 25 minutes I can pass the 750 words for the day. And thank you, Marilyn, as well, for talking about the good process. Well, the good... yeah. What are words? Having a drink. There we go. With the heat, I've been battling a fair bit of brain fog, but I'm going to continue to push through that. Okay, let's get this timer bumped up to a full Pomodoro-style sprint. And that may be me done for the day, we'll see. Thank you for the well wishes and the luck. Okay. I'm going to make this, a very, very short kind of pause because I want to just get straight back into work. It has been a long time since I've live streamed. A good number of weeks. I was hoping to live stream last week or the week before, but I was basically knocked out by a lot of food poisoning. Wasn't pleasant. Ended up in hospital. Right. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1, and sprint. And that's time. I'm up to 712 words, still not the 750, so I think I need to do one more round. In this particular section, I came up with a concept which I'm like, okay, I think this sounds cool. I've looked it up. The concept I've come up with has already been used several times. In a horror novel, a French crime novel, and in an anime. So I think categorically I need to come up with either another really cool name or I just generalize the thing. What is originality these days? What is originality? Anyway, cheesecake. International Cheesecake Day, should I add. Even better. I'm glad we have some cheesecake enjoyers in the chat. I think I'll make some cheesecake filled with cinnamon rolls for brunch. That's just got me thinking of cinnamon roll and Iron Mouse now. After everything that's gone on. Yeah. Yeah, cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll is the name of a Sanrio character. Quite similar to Hello Kitty or Gudetama, if you know those. A joyous day indeed. As long as you write it with your own twist that will make it yours. I don't know if it is. I think it's a kind of a general concept. The question is, has it ever been trademarked? Because it's been used in 3 different places. If even one of those places is trademarked it, then I'm not sure. I know Japan can be very, very iffy, very tight about those sorts of things. I might just leave it and come back to it. I think I've managed to... Originally, I was pivoting on what the thing was called. I've managed to slightly twist the comedy, though, to some interactions with the people there instead. So, yeah, I think as long as I can pivot it to make it work in that way, it should be fine. This is my first time trying an all-out kind of comedy novel. Paranormal romantic comedy. But, yeah. It's getting there. The question is, can I maintain this level throughout the entire novel? Oh, yeah. Can I keep going? That's the question. Yeah. The USA makes a holiday for every dessert. In the USA, you can't trademark a concept. Yeah, I don't know if this is a concept or not. Or if it would be a trademark. Because I know some people have used it literally like as, okay, this is being used now as a location. Some people are using it, this particular idea. Some people are using it as a location in itself, like on a map. Some people are using it as an item. Some people are using it as an action. I'm just like, oh my god, where does that leave me? To me, it's a mode of transport, which is interesting. So, aha. It's interesting to note that in my head I'm calling this Project Angel, but there are also very much demons in this, and it's a mismatch between an angel and a demon. Eventually it will be on Earth, and it's just going to be comical. I hope, fingers crossed. It's one of those things where I tell people about it, and then I hope I can actually pull it off with the writing, and then what I'm actually telling people and what I'm marketing is the same thing. I think it is. I'm sticking to just about every trope possible. I've been told by very early alpha readers that it's got some Terry Pratchett about it. I'm not sure. Maybe. Who knows? I don't. I just know that whatever's coming into my head at the time, I'm trying to do spins with. Let's see. I like the New York flavour and strawberry. Interesting. Like Good Omens vibe. Yeah, why not? I think it's got that level of silliness about it, about Good Omens. I liked Good Omens. I thought season 1 was a bit better than season 2. Season 2 was okay. Season 1 was, I think, better because it was a bit more, yeah. It had more Terry Pratchett in it. I don't know, because people are automatically going to assume Terry Pratchett, and I don't want to be seen as a knockoff. I've only seen, like... I don't think I've ever actually read anything from Terry Pratchett specifically. I've seen Good Omens, and I've watched a couple of, like, films about it. And that's it. And at this point, my sister is probably screaming at me because she is a giant Terry Pratchett fan. Like a... yeah. So let's just hope that I can kind of pass this off as... I think it should be original enough. I think it's got enough of a voice about it to... Yeah, and I'm pulling inspirations from very different places, including some anime characters and VTubers and things combined. So, anyway, 712 words. I need to get up to 750. I would like to finish this chapter off. I think it's going to be longer than it should be. I've got about just over 200 words to finish off this chapter to stay in word count. I'm just going to boost that up. It needs more words. So I will give it more words, and future me can deal with that at a later time to rein it back in. I listened to over 20 Discworld audiobooks and not much else. I love a good audiobook. I grew up listening to them a lot. I found it really difficult to read growing up. Some things I liked, which was okay. Some things I didn't. And when other people liked, it's like, okay, well, I'll listen to the audiobook. It's like the Harry Potter series. When I was a kid, I tried and tried and tried and could not get into the Philosopher's Stone. So then I got the audiobook and I listened to the first 3 and then jumped into number 4 with Goblet of Fire and read it myself. Let's see. Some of the concepting for Good Omens goes back hundreds of even... Yes, it does. Like people doing OU mythology. Yeah, this twist with the author makes it new. Listening to precious short stories in a series so I can write the next one. Yes, I have done a fair bit of research into a lot of kind of depictions of angels and demons and across media. And I've kind of amalgamated it into what I want it to look like and how I want it to work. So you've got depictions of angels and demons and everything now from K-dramas to anime to actual mythology, in looking at, you know, illustrations, lore, different religions, because they tend to pop up across religions, which I find is an interesting thing, that they keep popping up in different places. And I'm also trying to do my own naming systems, so kind of play on some, have a lot of ease with it, play around a lot. It's meant to be comedy. It's not meant to be, you know, for the hardcore, oh yes, well I know this, you've not portrayed this right or that right. Well, how can you really, if you can't prove they exist? I think at this point it is up to interpretation, and the genre should give you that hint. I managed to not watch Harry Potter until some of my 20s, where I binged every film. Except the last one, because I got burnt out. It is a lot to take in if you are going to binge it. I will say that. Very much so. That is a lot to try to digest. Yeah, a lot. I'm kind of glad that I grew up in the time, at the age it was kind of for, with the buzz, but it was coming out and I had breaks. But I remember at that time there was all sorts of fan fictions coming out around the time of book 4 specifically, where no one knew what was happening in book 5 and beyond. And you can tell if you go back and date some fan fictions about where it goes off and it imagines things, and it just doesn't involve anything from 5 or beyond. Now everything is kind of around that era, like from those later books, but if you go back in time, you have a lot more originality in those fan fictions. Marilyn says, sorry, I have to leave now. Hope to catch you in your next live. Bye for now. Goodbye, and thank you for dropping by. Thank you for dropping by. I question what writer hasn't at one point dabbled in some sort of fan media, whether it's illustrations or looking at fan illustrations or reading fan fictions, considering alternative realities themselves. It's a good training ground for a lot of writers, intended or not. Right, let's get back to see if I can finish off this chapter. I am going to be going into extra words. It will not be in word count, but do I mind? Not a jot. The story needs it. The story will get it. I will think about this later. Okay. What should I think I'm going to go in between. I'm going to set the timer this time for 20 minutes. I think that's a good in-betweeny time to finish what I need. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to go on mute, and I will see you at the other side. In 3, 2, 1, and sprint. Oh. And that's time. How did everybody get on? I have successfully finished chapter 1 of this novel. I wrote a total today in today's live sprints of 983 words, bringing the first chapter, let's see, the first chapter in total, let's add these together. No, it's just showing items. I need to figure it out. Anyway, the scene, anyway, I can tell you was 1,563 words, which is not bad. Normally I aim for around 3,000 words a scene. Technically I was meant to be lowering it down to 2,500 words this scene. This chapter. And splitting my chapters 2,500 to 3,000 words. I'm trying to aim for 2 scenes per chapter. Yeah, so it's a bit over, but I'm happy with the content. And I think the second scene is a lot stronger than the first. I'm going to have to go back and definitely revise the first. I'm in this particular character's head a lot more than the first ones. Thank you for the congratulations. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the lo-fi, the little bit of a chat, and yeah, writing doesn't have to be so lonely. There are always different people online and different people popping in and out, which is nice. Thank you for joining me. I'm not sure when I'll be streaming again. I have a feeling the next time though might be when I'm doing some revisions, so maybe in about a week or so, maybe not. I will post it on social media. These things for me are always pop up depending on what's happening, health conditions, etc. It's hard to keep some sort of a timetable for this. Oh, thank you for saying you enjoyed the format. It is a shame that my main avatar my laptop wasn't up for the task of running that. I think to get that thing running, I have like 8 different bits of software to keep this going. It dropped down to about 4 or 5 with this little avatar instead. Yeah. But anyway, if anyone wants to see that and they missed it, the main live avatar, look back to the beginning of this VOD. It's worth it. Okay, that's it. I hope you have a good day and enjoy International Cheesecake Day wherever you are. Thank you.